back. All right, we'll open up for questions for Coach.
Come on, shoot him at me.
Plunge.
Yeah, Kenny, going back to Tuesday's game, as you go back and watch film of that, did you grow more frustrated with some like the mistakes you all made in the first half? Knowing how close the game was down the stretch, did you go back and after watching just feeling more frustrated just by some of the mistakes that were made to lead to such a big hole early?
Great question. I think that when I look back over the game and watched the film, I saw careless turnovers. Look, the game was close. The 12 points going in at halftime was really like 6 or 8 points. And we were right there up until the last 2 or 3 minutes of the half. When you look back over it and you see throwing the ball across your body versus a defender, dribbling the ball off your foot, a charge, things that you could avoid it, unforced, undisciplined turnovers, of course you're frustrated. But then on the flip side, to face a team and you don't have a point guard, you got all wings out there and bigs. And for them to fight to get back in the game, it showed, what they're capable of.
Yeah. Just to follow up quickly, after you watched the film of you guys playing, you talked about that Mike having to be point guard for times. How did you like that set and just things that were working there versus obviously I hope to not have that sort of a lack of depth at point guard moving forward. But just so what do you see there that you like?
I just like the fact that they fought and they competed. There were stretches where we got multiple stops. There were stretches where Trey White did a lot of good things. He showed, what I brought him here to do. He showed flashes of it. And not just the shooting and the scoring, but I love the fact that he had 14 rebounds. I love the fact that some of those offensive rebounds he got, Brooks, he left from the three-point line and when he got them. So his will to win and fighting for us to win, it showed. I love the fact that Mike James fought through and had to play the point, and Curtis did some good stuff, and Curtis was unbelievable on defense. We need that for a full game. So there were some encouraging things there, but of course there were some disappointing things there as well.
Yeah, just a health update on Sky and Tyler and Hersey.
Hersey is still getting consulted. Hopefully we'll know something soon. Sky is practicing today. Tyler is practicing today, so we'll see where they are. Probably game time decisions. But we hope to have everybody healthy and playing well and confident because it's hard out there without a point guard.
Kenny, you mentioned the fact that you liked the fight in your team when they got down. What's the secret to them to play desperate when the score is much closer?
I don't know if there is a secret. I think that they have to go out there and have confidence in what they're doing and how they're doing and competing. I think they have to understand that they need each other, that you can't make careless, casual plays on the court. I think that every inch matters. If I was to sum it up, Brandon, you can't give an inch. That guy moves an inch, you're fighting him for that inch. Not a foot, not a yard, an inch. If I had a whole team that was fighting their opponent for inches, we'd be in a different situation here, regardless of the talent level, regardless of who's better, what the rankings say, any of that. When you have a group of guys that are fighting together and fighting their hearts out, you got a chance to win.
I guess for some of those mistakes and things that you kind of alluded to, I don't know, is it game slippage? Some of those situations you see where they maybe get a little flustered in those moments and it, I guess, takes some momentum to respond?
One, I think we're playing really good teams. I think we're playing really good players. I think in the general, when you look at the ACC, all the teams have gotten better from a year ago. And we've gotten better. Is that enough? You know the answer to that. It's not enough. We need to fight more. But when you talk about good players, it's not easy to go out there and play against guys that are really good, that are on the borderline of being an NCAA tournament team. That means they're pretty good. And we have to understand that, and we have to be disciplined. We have to play 40 minutes. We got to be connected with each other on offense, but also covering for each other and fighting on defense. And not having turnovers, you know, that's what happened a year ago. If we eliminate that, we give ourselves a chance. But if you're not going to rebound, you're going to turn the ball over, and you're not defending, that's a lot to overcome. And so we have to make sure that we handle those three areas.
When you go back and look at the performance by Trey, how much of it do you think that he was able to have the ball more in his hands and create stuff for himself?
Great question, Rick. I think for me, to say it different, I thought he went north-south more than he did east-west. I thought when Trey White plays within the floor of the game and he catches the ball and he attacks right away and he's going toward the basket, he's tough to deal with. I think whenever he catches the ball on the perimeter and he dribbles it and he's not going anywhere to process what's happening on the court, the defenses are going to sag. And then he gets into the crab dribble mode. I want him to play north-south. I want him to make quick decisions. I want him to pass it quick. He's one of our best passers. I want him to attack defenses. I want him to get downhill and go attack and make plays, whether that's to score or to get assists. And I want him rebounded. I don't want to look at the stat sheet at the end of a game and he has 2-3 rebounds. That kid is capable of getting and averaging 10 rebounds. That's a mindset. I have to make sure I stay on him and challenge him to make sure that his mindset is where it needs to be to play his best.
Kind of sticking with Trey, Kenny. It seemed like after he came back from his injury, after he had to sit out, he has kind of had an uptick in his play. What do you attribute? Like, what did he see differently from having to sit out that he's applied?
Well, I can tell you what I hope he saw. I hope that he saw how important defense is. I hope that he saw that he's one of the leaders on this team. I hope that he saw that he has to play in a way where it's not predictable. So if you catch the ball and you dribble and you do setup dribbles, you're predictable. The defense is going to close the gaps, and you're playing teams like Virginia, who are very good defensive teams, that if you're playing with the ball and you're not going anywhere, they're going to sag. You're not going to get the shot you want. So the ball has to move. You have to move off the ball. You have to offensive rebound. You have to post, make quick decisions in the post, but you also have to be complete in how you get assists as well. I hope he saw that. He demonstrated that in the last game. I want to see how he follows that up.
Yeah, Florida State has already passed its win total from last season, both a total and in conference. I'm just wondering, what do you see from them in scouting them? That speaks to just how they've been able to bounce back and just have more success this season.
I think it starts with their defense. I think they're energetic defensively. They get after you. They disrupt the game. At times, you won't be able to run offense. You have to spread the floor and attack them. They're a good rebounding team. They're offensively, they have one guy that can really, really shoot the ball, and the rest of the guys can really, really drive the basketball. They're scorers, and they play well together. They're fighting. They play with great energy. Coach Ham has done a great job with this team. They're a good team, and we have to make sure that our energy, our effort is 1,000%, or it's going to be a long night.
Yeah. Trey had that good game. You had games when Brandon's had really good games, Mike's had good games, Sky, but not enough games where 3 or 4 of them have their best games. What do you ever think about, or how to solve the puzzle to get them all playing at a high level at once?
Well, I think they have to solve that puzzle. For me, I need them, and I tell them this. I need 3 or 4 of you guys to play well on the same night. Doesn't mean you all are scoring, but I need you to play well. I ask these guys after every game, give me a grade on your game. If 3 of you are giving me D's and 1 guy's giving me a B, how are we going to win? I need 4, 5, 6, 7 guys giving me B's and A's. That's how we win. Basically, to your question, I need multiple guys playing well on the same night. Doesn't necessarily mean scoring. Really means defending, sharing the ball, playing the right way.
What kind of grades do they usually give themselves?
C's and D's.
What grades do you give them?
When they give me that grade, I'm like, okay, we're on the same page.
Anything else for Coach?
All right.
All right, guys.
Thank you.